Hello, welcome to the Healthy Alternatives podcast. I am Dr. Christine Sauer with DocChristine.com. Today's show is a recording of my radio show of the same name. Enjoy! Good afternoon, this is Dr. Christine Sauer, your host of the show Healthy Alternatives, here on 97.5 CIOE-FM with live stream on communityradio.ca every Thursday at 12 noon Atlantic Standard Time. Thanks for tuning in today. In this show, I will talk mostly with guests about all aspects of health, healthcare and wellness, from conventional to alternative and everything in between. My mission for this radio show is to help change people's lives for the better by informing them about different options to get and stay healthy and well so they can choose for themselves which option might work in their case. And if you feel you are stuck in a dark place, I want to tell you, don't give up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel for you too. Today, I'm very pleased to be with my fellow teammate, Jennifer Goguen. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Now, since this show is airing live on December 27, we hope you had a very good holidays.
Exactly.
Or will have it if you're celebrating them later. And we also want to wish you a very happy and healthy new year.
That's right.
Now, we were thinking about a fitting topic, and since you, Jennifer, also have a degree in psychology,
I do.
Now that's useful for today's topic, which is gratitude, and I know you can say a lot about it. So what are your thoughts about gratitude?
Well, I think gratitude is such a big area. It's something that teaches us, as well as something that we can teach our kids, just to be thankful for what we have, and just to be so fortunate, basically, to live the type of lives that we all live here, like in Canada and North America, based on some people like in third world countries, even. Like we take it a lot for granted.
That is very true, and we are so fortunate here. We live in a quite democracy, as good as possible democracy. Is nothing perfect. But there's different ways people can think about gratitude and what they should be grateful for. And I know there's 4 categories that we should think about. That's what you always say about gratitude. So what are those, and what can we be grateful for? Because some people say, hey, it's all shitty. I watch the news and there's so much going on. People are mean.
I know.
They cheat, they steal, they maim, they do.
Well, one of the first things we can look at is our health, and just to be grateful every day for just being healthy. I mean, and even if you're not in the best of health, or you do have some ailments, there's really always somebody that's worse off than you.
I think that's very important, that we don't compare us with the athlete, with the six-pack, but maybe with the old lady that's in the nursing home and not being able to talk and not being able to walk at all. And there's lots, even if we are in pain, if we have aches and pains and diseases, there's always some little things.
Oh, there's always little things, but the focus should be not to actually focus on those things, but focus on what you do have, as opposed to what you don't have. Exactly.
So it would be focusing on the little things that you do have, if they're little. For example, hey, this morning I got my bum out of bed.
Well, exactly. Like for people that are suffering from like depression or anxiety, that could be a huge accomplishment for the day.
A very huge one. That's very good.
Whereas most of us would probably take it for granted. We just, wake up, get up, go about our day, and we're pretty much on autopilot and don't really think about what we're doing.
That would be a nice suggestion. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, open your eyes, you think, oh my, thank you for a new day.
Exactly.
And then when you are able to get up, you can say, thank you for my body that allows me today to get up. I like that idea.
It's a good thing to just try and just start it and just observe how it makes you feel. If it puts a different outlook on your day, it might change the whole tone of your day.
That's true. Instead of getting up grumpy and cranky because the alarm went off again.
And you're thinking about you're driving to work and the traffic and what you have to do and all that. And I mean, those things are probably still going to happen, but they're out of our control for the most part.
That's a good point.
That's right. So
don't dwell on things that are out of our control, because we can't change them.
No, we can't. It's just so a part of life. So if we choose to focus on the things that we can change, or the things that, again, like that we're thankful for, it completely changes your whole outlook. It changes your thinking. It's even like your brain chemistry changes.
And I know we sometimes tell people, don't watch the news all day, because all you learn is lots of things that go wrong. They most of the time tell them that we can't change.
Absolutely.
And yes, it's okay to watch the news once a day to see what's going on in your local area.
For sure.
But there are so many little things. Yeah, exactly. There's so many little things we can change. For example, when you see your spouse tonight, you can decide, I want to be a good wife or husband. I want to greet her or him with a smile.
Exactly.
That doesn't cost anything and makes a big difference.
That's right. Rather than being cranky because he or she came home, I don't know, 30 minutes late, or who knows.
Yeah.
Any type of situation
and then
like
you
that.
would holler at her, "You're late for supper again."
Yes. So that just sets the tone for the whole night.
That's true, yeah. And actually, I learned now to, before you change the things, like from work to the commute, from the commute to home, it's helpful to take just a minute, sit by yourself and think, who do I want to be going forward in the day?
Exactly. It's a good way to decompress from your day before you go into your home life.
Right. And then you can decide, I'm really thankful that I have a wife that loves me. And then it's easy to put a smile on your face.
Exactly.
Instead of thinking about the mess you might find home because you have two little children.
Exactly. It sounds like my house.
Oh, I hear you. I don't even have little children and my house is a mess.
But at least you have a house.
At least we have a house, and I'm grateful for that.
Exactly.
And I'm grateful we have a kitchen and it works.
That's right.
And we have a bathroom, it works. That's little things to be grateful for.
It is. It really is.
You can go in a heated bathroom at night and relieve yourself instead of having a a chamber pot under the bed.
Exactly.
Or having to go out in the winter to an outhouse.
Yeah, because
Many
some people still have to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how lucky are we?
Exactly.
That's the little things we mean, right?
That's right. Yeah. And even just to stay mindful. So just kind of do a little check-ins throughout the day, and just ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Like, you can kind of do that from like physically as well as mentally, and just think to yourself, okay, is it worth it? Like, if you find yourself getting all worked up and stressed out at work, if you just kind of sit and just do a couple of breathing exercises, some deep breaths, just something to just kind of calm down a little and look at it and say, is it worth going through, putting myself through all this? Sometimes
I tell myself when I get all uptight, when I look back in 10 years, will I remember that event at all?
That's right.
It's not the same. Yes, when you lose a child, for example, that is a traumatic event you will remember in 10 years.
For sure, of course.
When I fail at a test, well, I probably won't.
Right.
If it's a little one that's not very important.
Exactly.
Or if I get a bad grade in school, that will all be forgotten.
That's right. It's not something to
And I always tell
on.
people, Einstein, who no doubt was a genius in his field, but he nearly failed high school.
Right. Right.
So it doesn't say anything about you and your future.
Exactly.
And we always say, rediscover your genius.
Definitely.
Isn't
everybody has it?
Everybody has a genius in them.
For sure.
Of some way.
Yeah. It's
Whether
just
you're an expert
finding out
knitter,
Yeah,
or
that's
an
right.
expert crocheter, or an expert mom, or you are an expert hairdresser, or you do just a good job selecting music that people like, or whatever
Yeah,
you do.
it could be anything.
Some people are good at fixing things.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's so amazing, and we can be grateful for all that.
Another thing that we can also be grateful for is just having money. Like some people think that money is the root of all evil type thing, but really without having money, we need money to live, like to pay our bills, to buy our food.
To have shelter.
Exactly.
And even a little shelter is something to be grateful for.
That's right.
Because there's people that have none.
There's a lot of people on the streets.
Yeah, and that is sad.
Exactly.
And we are very grateful for having shelter. And yes, you need money. You have to be grateful. You don't need millions, but if you have millions, be grateful for it and use it wisely.
That's
do good with
That's
it.
right. It's not the money itself, it's what you do with the money.
I like that.
And you can
thought.
always do good things with it. You can help people that are less fortunate. There's, you can do a
better
lot of good.
thing with it than go and gamble it away, for
Exactly.
example. That's a classic example in my book, How to Waste Your Money senselessly.
Sure. That's right.
And some people are addicted to that, and I really feel bad for them because they spend their last penny on gambling.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
And there's so much good that can be done, even with small amounts of money. And if you really have no money at all left over at the end of the month, there's still good you can do.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You don't have to have money just to do good.
Even your time is valuable. You can volunteer.
Exactly.
That's so, so, so important. You can do many things and be grateful for, and other people are grateful to you for being generous with your time, your energy, your knowledge, your experience, and your money if you have enough of it.
That's right, exactly.
And this is a wonderful point to leave us with the first and half of today's show. And I really enjoy talking to you about gratitude at this time of year. And please tune in after the commercial break for more about gratitude with Jennifer Goguen and myself. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Healthy Alternatives here on 97.5 CIOE-FM or on the web at communityradio.ca. I'm your host, Dr. Christine Sauer, and today I'm talking with fellow health coach Jennifer Goguen about gratitude, a very fitting theme in this time between Christmas, the Christian Christmas, and New Year's.
Exactly.
In the first half, we were talking a little bit about what we can be grateful for, and really everything.
That's right.
We are sitting here on a chair. We have clothes on, and they fit, and they are actually not stinking. I'm grateful for that. Don't smell yours now. I had a nice hot and cold shower this morning.
There you go.
There's people that have no hot water at all.
Right.
I'm so grateful for warm water in the morning. We have electricity.
We have a lot of things.
We even have the opportunity to spread the good news on a radio show. Oh,
That's right.
Wow. It is amazing. So, Jen, as a degree holder in psychology, you know a lot about gratitude and other things. And you're also a mom and wife. And I'm sure you had a lot of moments when you weren't so grateful for certain things? Because things do go wrong.
They do.
So what do we do in a moment where we feel, oh, it's all going wrong?
Yeah, and there's lots of those
up.
when you have kids.
Yeah,
for sure.
Of course.
I think it's just the best thing you can do really is just kind of take a step back. Just take a minute for yourself. I mean, believe me, I've been there. I've got 2 boys, and they're pretty crazy at times, and I get it. I definitely get it. But even to just like leave the room for a couple of minutes, just do a quick check-in with yourself, and just think how grateful you are to just have them.
Yeah.
You could have an empty, quiet house.
That's right.
Like there's a lot of people out there that would love to have kids that can't. And something else that I do as well, if I'm trying to get them to do something and they won't listen, and they're just, acting up and fighting with themselves, and sometimes I'll just go in and join them. So it's sort of like if you can't beat them, join them type thing.
That's a good idea. How do you do that?
Well, you know what? It really does work, and I should take my own advice more often. But no, if I sometimes I'll just they could be fighting over a video game, let's say. And if I go in and just sit with them and kind of engage and say, what are you guys doing? And how does it work or whatever? And, sometimes they might say, well, why don't you try it? And I mean, I'm terrible, but it just shifts their whole mind frame.
That idea. The first moment when you said that you go in there, I thought you would go in and say, I want that video game. And would play them arguing, which might work too. I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah.
But I like your idea to actually get them to engage their mind and their words, so they learn how to appropriately negotiate who gets to play what.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's an important thing.
Exactly.
They should be grateful to have a mom like you.
You tell them when they're older. Right now, they don't get it so much, but
now,
they're
how
starting.
do you teach your kid gratitude?
Yeah, I try to, especially around the holidays, is such a prime time.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
definitely.
New Year's, other holidays.
Just to take a minute and just say to them, like, there's a lot of kids that don't have all these toys that you guys have. And also, it's a good thing to teach them how to help others. That's another big thing. And that's always good around holidays as well, too.
So how do you practically do that? Because kids, especially siblings, they are often competitive and they want what the other one has.
Exactly.
And to teach kids to share and help others is such a fundamental human thing that we all have to learn. How do we do that as parents?
It's a difficult one. I struggle with that with mine because they do exactly what you said. They're constantly fighting over things, and this one's mine, and no, that's mine, and that type of thing. So I try to kind of reel them in a little bit and just help them understand that a lot of kids don't have what they have, and to teach them to pass things on to others when they're done with it. So if we've got a lot of toys in the house that the boys aren't playing with anymore, a good way to get rid of them is get the kids involved and help them or let them pick which ones they don't want to play with anymore. And you kind of can make it real to them by saying that other kids don't have these things. Yeah. So it might be nice for you guys to take some of the stuff that you don't play with anymore and let's donate them. Or let's buy some extra presents for kids whose mommies and daddies don't have a lot of money and they can't put a lot of things under the tree.
I like the idea. That's the idea they have at Christmas Daddies, and that's so important that we help those less fortunate when we are in a better position.
Exactly.
And that's where the gratitude comes in.
It does, because my kids, they kind of stop and they start to realize that really there's kids that don't get toys like this.
Yeah.
And then they actually, I can see it and I can see them start to understand that, oh, well, that's not right.
Yeah. There's other people
we can
that
share
have
our stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that is very important in the development of the children, that they learn.
That's right.
That a child growing up takes everything for granted that's in their environment.
That's right, they do.
And that they learn that there's other people in different situations, and that helps them develop empathy even for their brother or sister, maybe.
Well, that's right. That's right.
And
it's coming.
In every close relationships, there will be some friction points.
Definitely. Never going to avoid all that, for sure.
And I really feel being grateful for what you have and that you have a brother and are not by yourself all day and have to put up with mom and papa just telling you what to do, and you have a brother you can play with.
Exactly.
That's one thing to be grateful for. It's hard.
Yeah.
What do you think of a gratitude journal?
I was just thinking about that, actually. I think that's a great idea. So for those of you that aren't familiar, we do have a gratitude journal. So if you just comment or email us, we can send that out to you. We've got one ready to go. So basically, it's like a worksheet. You could use any type of paper or journal that you may have at home. Just write down a couple of things each day of what you're grateful for.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. And really make it a habit every day, either in the morning or in the evening. Really sit down. If you have a gratitude journal, fine, and I'll share our email here at the end.
Right.
And if you don't, just take a piece of paper and write down 5 things I'm grateful for today.
Right, exactly. And it'll be fun. Something you could do if you are one of those people that tend to be like a little reflective at the end of the year, and you look back on what you did throughout the year. You can go back through it because it'll change depending on what was going on that day. If you're thankful for something that happened at work or something that your kids did, I mean, those little things you'll forget. So you can always take some time towards the end of the year, go back, look on it.
Yeah. That is a wonderful idea. I really like that idea. And even if you didn't have a gratitude journal for the year back, just think back about what happened this year that you can be grateful for.
That's right.
And you'll probably find more than 5 items.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really, when you focus on it, you remember how many things there are you can be grateful for, even if you feel you're in a bad spot right now.
That's right.
There's a lot of sadness between the holidays also.
There is, for a lot of people, for sure.
Yeah, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, the days are dark. And
that's right.
Yeah.
It's a long winter ahead of us, so yeah, people are affected by different seasonal disorders.
And gratitude in any way can help so much. And this slowly makes me want to wrap up for today and say there's always hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Even if it is dark today, there will be a difference later on.
That's right.
So I invite you to contact us. We have email here. It's Christine, CHRISTINE, @communityradio.ca. Or you can contact myself or Jennifer through our website, which is docchristine.com, DOCChristine.com. And we are always grateful for any feedback. So please don't hesitate to contact us with any questions, thoughts, comments, suggestions, or if you'd like the gratitude journal, we'd be happy to send it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it. Well, Jen, it was a purest pleasure to have you there.
Yeah, it's been a great year.
Yeah, it's been a great year, and it will be an even better one next year.
That's right. That's right. Here's to 2019.
Yeah, there's a principle. I feel better and better every day.
That's
a little
right.
bit. Even if it goes downhill. Hey, be grateful.
It's always ups and downs.
Yeah. I also want to extend a special thank you to today's producers, Jim Francis and Maurice Stacy. You might not know this, but this is a volunteer-run non-profit radio station. And we even have an art gallery. If you're local and you'd like to drop in, we are at 11 Glendale Avenue, Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. Thank you all for listening to Healthy Alternatives. I'm your host, Dr. Christine Sauer. Tune in next Thursday in the new year at noon on 97.5 CIOE FM Community Radio with live stream on communityradio.ca for the next episode. Goodbye and have a great day.